I will start my presentation now. So first of all, these projects are the continuous work from my previous work P2 project that focus on Thai flower pattern on ceramics. It's all about the flower pattern. So this is the flower blooming case study. I have studied about blooming system of flower to help develop my facade design. Moving on are the facade case study for Hazard bin Zayed Stadium and RMIT Design Hub. Both building I have studied about the system of structure steel frame that attach to the adjustable automated membrane panels and the dynamic mechanism that can rotate the panels horizontally and vertically. And then for Alba Towers, I have studied the automated dynamic solar screen facade that respond to the movement of the sun and a study of facade structure frames like how the truss sleeve penetrate the curtain wall and connect to the main structure. And then these are the construction study of Alba Towers. Like I will apply this kind of construction to my facade design. Moving on are the development and transformation of mechanism. Facade developed and modified from the origami folding door, which from my P2 work. From there, I redeveloped the facade to the flower blooming and umbrella system. And then I developed into blooming and origami folding mechanism. Is the graph sketches of how the mechanism will work, like contract and expand in different view and angle. And then I modified the flower petal shape from ornament drawing without losing the essence of flower, and the facade arrangement from all equal size into more playable different size arrangement, with some bigger, some smaller, and the operation some in vertical, some in horizontal are neatly arranged accordingly. Moving on are the system are designed to make it react to the presence of solar light. Facade able to close down when the sensor detect the incident of solar light, and when the sun moves around the building, all the folding screen will move with the sun, while at night no sunlight detected, so will fully open. And then the structure of facade actually is the same mechanism as umbrella, but different is when it expand are in flat, not in curved shape. Facade in folding dynamic mechanism and locking system apply on top and bottom spring of the shaft. So when it open and close up, will secure it in place. And the facade design in double skin and building with dynamic shading system. The operation of facade can be both automated and manual way. Moving on is the structural part of facade, which have four levels. First, external part are the aluminium frame supporting the facade. Second layer are the responsive facade screen itself, which made out of fabric mesh with folding mechanism. Third layer are the stainless steel uh, frame supporting the facade shaft. And the last are the glazed inner facade attached with the aluminium grade flooring. And then the relationship of facade on the program. Since facade expand and contract depending on the sun position, so when it close up, facade could maximize exposure to natural light and view, while also filtering out direct sunlight and reducing glare. It provides shading, cool down the inner space of building without using massive amount of air conditioning. Facade also very effective at protecting the building from the solar gain that is problematic for a country like Thailand, whereas under tropical climate hot weather. While reducing the solar gain by 50%, the facade also reduces the office's dependence on artificial light, allowed to use lightly tinted glazing and overall improving the comfort of the space. Moving on to mock-up models. First, I try and test the folding mechanism, how it contract and expand. And then a mock-up of single unit facade just build up the structure frame to test the stability of it and see how the facade works. And a mock-up which attached the folding mechanism on facade and came out the model of full screen facade with the supporting structure. Pictures show that how facade work on the overall screen and how shadow interplay with facade. These are the videos showing how the shadow interplay within the facade. Move from left to right when facade are fully closed and half of it being fully open. And then the next video, from top button left, right, I just try to play with the shadow to see how the outcome will be. Moving on to the craft central proposal, these are the site synthesis of Dokachao, because our chosen site is here. Start from the bottom left, which is the vegetation plantation area and wetland, which help to reduce and prevent soil pollution and climate regulation. Next is the healthy environment and ecosystem, which adaptation to climate change within a city environment. The site attract a lot of people, whether from local or tourists, create a lively community. Livability area which residents can easily access to the site by bike or walk. A flower landscape provide fresh and clean air which planting flower reduce heat and provide cooler temperature to the site. Then overall, my design intention for Craft Central Art to focus on Thai flower patterns on ceramics, like to revise Thai flower pattern and protect it from extinction, and also to preserve flower landmark and plantation of Bokachao, and like to allow people enjoy the flower garden at the same time can learn and gain knowledge of Thai flower pattern. And then showing which program I will involve in the Craft Central. Thai flower pattern on ceramic program is the main focus program, which I call it as workshop area, which are flower pattern workshop have divided into two spaces, making ceramics workshop and design workshop for draw and paint flower pattern. Ceramics workshop let people know the pottery making techniques, and for design painting workshop, people can experience the whole design process from sketches of the flower pattern to finished product. Next, indoor and outdoor vertical garden workshop is for real experience. People can actually looking at the real flower from the Thai motif rather than imagine it to draw and carve into their design on ceramics. And also creative DIY workshop of Thai flower pattern. Like people can DIY flower pattern on different material, example like on canvas bag, rock painting on recycled materials like plastic bottle, glass, aluminium can and more. For explore their imagination and creative part in any object. Others program like the production of making ceramic which divided into two spaces, making by machine modern way and by handmade traditional way. Next is the exhibition gallery of ceramic flower pattern and motif to show like the historical information of Thai pattern, flower type or motif, the origin or maybe ceramics pattern on Thai royal family, and then have a store for selling ceramics product. And then moving on the initial programmatic and spatial planning diagram. So the main entrance at the pier and the second entrance from the housing area. The purple highlighted part are the lively zone which are the main program area. Blue part for relaxing and leisure zone and the light green part for healthy zone. And then I have developed into more detailed spatial planning. The programs I separate into ground and first floor. Some area I remain the same like the Dokachao vertical garden tower and some some small part flower garden which related to my program. Uh, why I arrange in this way is like the sitting area are the most suitable location for people see the beautiful scenic view, which surrounded by flower garden at the left and the farming area at right and the front the river view. Vertical garden partition wall have the connection and interaction with the proposed program, which are the outdoor workshop. And the Dokachel Tower, which use the vertical planting system as the structure of tower, have also interaction and connection to the indoor vertical garden, which people can view at the tower and do flower activities. And for the tree workshop area, DIY ceramic and flower pattern workshop connected to each other that people can actually choose like what workshop they want to join easily. So basically, ground floor is all the main program, the workshop program. Uh, well, first floor are the sub programs, the office, place between store and exhibition, which can be managed both sides easily. And the production area and store are connected. So after the ceramic products are produced, they can be transported directly to the store. And then categorized into public, semi-private, semi-public, and private space. Moving on to the site special planning for human pedestrian, bicycle pedestrian, vegetation, and the vehicle parking area. For human pedestrian, primary pedestrian from the main entry to the craft center, secondary from the housing area to the craft center, and around the flower garden, and tertiary human pedestrian at the farming area, at the bicycle pathway like small path for human walkway, and for bicycle pedestrians surround the farming area like can enjoy the greenery scenic bike right at this area, and then show the position of plantation area. For vehicle parking, blue highlighted part for wood dog area, green for bicycle parking area which near with the bicycle pathway here, and red for car and motorcycle parking near the housing area. So moving on some sketches and progress on floor plan and section. Workshop area take up more spaces because need big space for placing a lot of table and chairs. Space for place the ceramic equipment and shelf for professional tools. And for the production making area, divided into two space, which the inner space only for staff member making the ceramic product, outer space for people view the ceramic production process. For exhibition area, also divided into two spaces. Exhibition area needs spacious space to display a ceramic product and another area for the gallery section to know like the history information of Thai pattern of ceramics. Moving on to the initial massing concept, main entrance at the pier that people need to take boat to access to the site, and there's a boondog area, and the second entrance from the housing area, because a lot local people that live around here that can access from this entrance only need 5 to 10 minutes walking distance. Open space at the middle of craft center and one corner for outdoor vertical garden to allow natural light passing through and illustrate the building. And then my initial idea of form making development, start building up building form on site from the special planning layout, and then transforming building like make it more open and play with height. The final message show the rooftop like fold in and out, which I want to make it have the connection with facade, the folding system. And then the sitting area are more open space, which the corridor have built up the structure in rampant shape that same with the shape of facade. Yeah, so that's all from me. Thank you.